Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Thursday, March 23rd, 2023. It's 10:16 a.m. here in the Arizona desert, and shit has hit the fan, so I'm in my gas mask.
Well, actually, shit has not hit the fan yet, but once again, welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is March 23rd. It's Thursday. It's 10:16 a.m. here in the Arizona desert, and get yourself a gas mask. Go to you'll thank me later. Go to bitcoinreview.com. Got more for you there as always. Scroll down and get yourself a gas mask over there at Amazon. It helps the show a little bit, and you'll be very, very glad you did. Great Christmas gifts, because if you haven't noticed, a lot of weird things seem to be leaking into the environment lately when trains go off the rails and such like that. And anyway, you never know, you might be downwind of a chicken farm, and well, the the smell of burning chickens is coming. So with that said, BitcoinDailyView.com has always got more for you there. Thursday, March 23rd, 10:17 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. Crypto markets seeing a bit of a rally today, so let's check it out. Okay, BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. Looking at the crypto universe in squares this morning, it's getting to be green squares. LTC, for some reason, Litecoin really cranking. If you remember a few weeks ago, I did mention that it appeared institutional money has been sneaking into LTC. And, with the Lightning Network, which makes transactions faster, it kind of makes sense. Or at least that's a good theory. Anyway, 1 hour liquidations are less than 10 million. We'll take that as a win today. Less than 5 million is really good. 24-hour recs, 360 million. Usually I like to see it below 200 or 150 million. So definitely over the last 24 hours, longers and shorters have been trying too dang hard. And we set a Bart Simpson pattern complete. So I think that kind of explains some of the liquidations there. I'm looking at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly. We're coming in at 6.7 billion. That's really low for Bitcoin trading volume, so watch out. The volatility is going to be ravishing. Looking at the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P 500. Dow pumped, Nasdaq pumped, S&P pumped on the out of the gate, but now they're retracing a good deal. S&P, the Dow's up 0.65. Nasdaq up 1.57, and the S&P up 0.91. So not too bad. Looking at the S&P explicitly, technology sector, communication looking great. Consumer cyclicals looking great. Consumer defensives looking great. Consumer electronics, they're doing great. So most of the sectors are in general kind of cranking, except for healthcare and medical plans and such like that. Medical devices, those sectors aren't really cranking yet today. Neither is oil and gas, but some of it is. Anyway, in general, a pretty good day for the S&P 500 across the board. Most sectors of it doing pretty darn well. A lot of those wrecks we might be seeing, those liquidations, are probably due to this. This is a 15-minute chart here looking, and you can see here, on the 15-minute chart, you can definitely see the Bart Simpson pattern that played out. Big volume brought it down. Big volume pushed it up. Longs and shorts wrecked in the process. So basically, a lot of liquidations there. Classic, perfect Bart Simpson move. Well, there you go. Sorry about you, Mr. Liquidations, Mrs. Liquidations. That's how it rolls. Looking at longs versus short sentiment on Binance for Bitcoin, where all that volume is, 38% long, 61% short. So absolutely, definitely 100% a short sentiment there. And so I'm going to do real quick here, because I forgot to pull it up, but now it seems to be working better. U.S. oil spot. For some reason now, TradingView is remembering what I had going on when I fired this up, so we can take a look at this. Yes, everything is as it, not exactly as we'd like to see it. Okay, so oil, top left-hand corner, once again, a slight green candle today. Looking at the DXY here, Dollar Strength Index, top middle. It continues to have a bad day. DXY dumping once again. That's rather interesting. SPX has the S&P 500 look on a daily chart. Green candle today. Nice that it's actually staying above the 200 moving average. I really like seeing that. That's pretty darn bullish. On a daily chart, we'll look at it more granularly also, of course, but Bitcoin, we're looking at that. A green candle today for Bitcoin, like what I'm seeing there. well above the 200 and the 314 moving average. I would say that's just absolutely wonderful. Looking at gold, middle bottom. Gold, another green candle today. It seems to have broken above that previous high, come back and tested it as support. Now it's moving up once again. So gold, definitely for gold, a rocket ship to Pluto right now. That's for sure. All right, looking at silver. A green candle today. What's nice to see with silver is that it has recently broken above the daily on the daily chart. It's broken above the 200 and the 314, and it seems like it is just rocking. So gold and silver have found their testosterones, grabbed their energons, and they are pumping as they should be for freedom. All right, with that said, looking at the top 20 big crypto exchanges, they're all up 20 to 60, 80% in volume last 24 hours. We definitely have some volume coming into the spot market. That's all spot trading pairs. So wonderful to see good volume coming in. Derivatives on Binance way too high in my opinion. Of course, you never really know if it's too high or too low, whatever, but I must point out 50 billion is great, 60 billion is great, 70 billion is amazing in derivatives on Binance, but the thing is 89 billion, it's up 56% last 24 hours. I would be careful because really I find that let's just say when you get in the 70 billions, I've noticed plus, the exchanges don't want to deal with that. They're in it to make money. They do love you, but in kind of an abusive relationship kind of way. They love you, and where was that? I think did I close it? Yeah, I think I did. The chart that shows the bar pattern really well. Well, anyway, I mean, we all know what happens. I mean, you're going to get one of these showing up here. Where's it at? Right here. This is a 45-minute chart, but look at that bar pattern. And if you ask me, a lot of this is just, well, it's the way things are. It was the Fed numbers, looking at the interest rates and such like that yesterday. The global market. I mean, a lot of things are affecting Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin is affecting Bitcoin, but when you start getting that kind of leverage of derivatives stacked up, the exchanges are going to wipe you. I'm just saying. I think that's my little conspiratorial belief is that that's the way it rolls. And anyway, perfect bar pattern. And now if we look at the 45-minute chart, the squeeze indicator is looking good, directional nexus is looking good, ADX is looking good, volume's all right. So we'll look at this a little bit closer in a sec, but in general, Bitcoin looking pretty darn good this morning. It did a bar pattern, it wiped longs, it wiped shorts, but not as many as the exchanges would probably like. So expect probably another, in my opinion, just getting way out there. It would not surprise me if we do another one of these pretty soon, just because the exchanges they want the money, Anyway, so here you go. Looking at the Bitcoin, $28,457 for a Bitcoin right now. Not bad at all. Not all the top 100 are doing really well, but most of them are doing really well. They're in the green now. Litecoin pumping. You can see Dash is pumping. I think that's kind of fun. I always like Dash. We'll check out Dash on the way out. Mask Network, whatever that is. Oh, it's Mask. I'm not sure what Mask actually is, but it's pumping. Radix, we see that one move once in a while for sure. XRD, yeah. Zerd, it's moving. So we'll check some of these out before we get out of here because especially LTC and Dash, that's rather interesting to me. And Lido Dow is 2.6% up. That one's been kind of LDO. That one's been kind of a nice one to trade. It's been definitely a little volatility shaker. All right, once again, Bitcoin, 45-minute chart. You can see that bar pattern very, 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 very well. 15-minute chart really shows that it happened very quickly. 15-minute chart is shaping up pretty well. Let's look at a 4-hour chart here. 4-hour chart. I like it. It looks good enough to me. Although look at that, we are chilling out with the squeeze indicator and the directional index, and ultimately volume is slowly kind of trending down a little bit. You can see that here. So just beware. It's a tough market with Bitcoin right now. Something I do sort of like that I'm seeing here is if you kind of look at this channel of sorts, if I kind of adjust that we were in, let's just call that kind of an upwards channel sort of on the 4-hour. We did definitely lose that bit of upwards momentum, but we're kind of testing that again. So that yeah, we had support there that we were playing with, but we dropped below it. Now we're finding it to be resistance. Let's see if we can get above that. Anyway, where's there? So there you go. I mean, Bitcoin chart, not incredibly exciting. On its way up. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I just can't get too excited about it. How does the hourly look? 45 like this. Let's nix that stuff. Yeah, I mean, a 45-minute chart. Nice thing about the 45-minute chart here with Bitcoin is this is kind of exciting. So 45-minute chart definitely shows probably trending back up after that Bart Simpson pattern. But look what happened, though. So we're cruising up. Nice purple candles by Sam, looking great. All of a sudden we get this dump, and that was kind of obvious. But then it rode right along the bottom of that 200 moving average, trying to get above it. Pushing on it. Then boom, it broke above. Looking good, coming down. Wouldn't surprise me if it finds the 200 again or close to before it continues up. But then again, the squeeze indicator does show some upwards energons there, and directional index is looking good. Although directional index, if we do look at it rather closely, you can see that it might be in the green, but it is trending down. So let's just see what happens. Bitcoin's just, it is what it is. I don't really feel, confidence. I don't have a hedge in Bitcoin right now. I'm just not feeling too confident about what it's going to do next. We'll just see, hourly chart is kind of showing some good stuff. Let's see what happens. One thing you can say is you have a low, then you have a lower high. It hasn't really, if we do a ray here, it really has not, broken above that previous high where it was at. So, if anything, I'm kind of waiting for stronger energons in the indicators and see it kind of come back and break that previous high, find it as support and keep moving. So I'm just kind of watching Bitcoin. I think there's a lot more promising alts out there. What else let's look, then let's actually just fire up. Let's do like this. Let's look at some other stuff. LTC, Litecoin versus USDT. You can play it on Binance, KuCoin, I think even Coinbase, really. But we'll look at it here. This is wonderful. So definitely, I mean, Litecoin, it's been riding, pushing the bottom of that 200 moving average, trying to get above it there on the hourly chart here. Boom, broke above it, bam, taken off. All these indicators look good. The volume is slightly kind of slacking off now. You can definitely see the volumes on its way down. Directional index is gracefully, it's green, but the directional index is kind of slanting down. Cruise indicator still on the way up. What's this here? Was there news or something? Why is Litecoin price up today? Litecoin up to 12% amid broader halving anticipation as Bitcoin approaches. So why is it up today? Let's see. Why is Litecoin price up? As one of the best performing. Litecoin attracts Bitcoin and Ethereum investors. Anyway, no real reason I'm seeing right there. That's just conjecture. But anyway, guys, let's keep looking at here. Let me get my thing working again. Sorry. Oh, whoa. Okay, so anyway, Litecoin looking pretty good. You can sort of see a nice upwards channel here, in my opinion. Boom, it's been pushing pretty darn hard. I'm gonna, honestly, this is a tough one to play. I'm gonna kind of look at the 45-minute chart too here. 45 is looking good, nice and gradual. It's not a play for me right now. I think we're probably going to see a test at the bottom of this channel. If we actually do kind of come down and make a bounce and the indicators looking good, I definitely could see it continue. Definitely possible. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. Yeah, 4-hour chart, nice and strong. I like what I'm seeing there. Look at those, the candles by Sam are firing off like these beautiful purple candles. We're above the 200, above the 314. Gosh, in the 4-hour chart, you can actually see where really looking at the squeeze indicator, we're kind of only just getting started. And look at the directional index, just getting started here. And the ADX is shaping up to be in the right spot. Volume's still pretty darn good. I'm just going to hold out, though. I do have a feeling, I got a feeling we might see something like come down and test that 314 and then move, So it's a little bit high from the 8 moving average, which you see right here, the red moving average. So I'm just gonna chill on this one. I'm gonna watch this on the 45-minute chart, and I kind of want to see a a bit of maybe like a test at the bottom of this channel, and then a move up. I'll be watching that 4 hour 314 too. I definitely think we could see a test and a move up from there. It definitely has kind of fired off a lot of its energy this morning, so I'm not too eager to get into it. But I'm going to watch it. I think I could continue. Sorry about all the gnats. When I sit still, they just kind of attack. It's if you've ever lived in the if you've ever lived in a desert like the Sonoran Desert here, there's gnat season for like 3 weeks or something like that, and they're just insane. You'll find them inside of your safe. I mean, but it's seriously, it might be fireproof and bulletproof, but the gnats get in. Dash on the hourly chart. This is just wonderful. I love what I'm seeing. This one, and once again, we're seeing a little bit of the energons of the early morning. I wish I got up earlier and I caught some of these things sooner, but this is kind of when I get up and get to it. But this thing is definitely moving. I like what I'm seeing. It's been riding that 200 for a while. Here in the hourly chart, broke below, bounced up to 314, came back up above the 200, found support on it, and then boom, it's moving. Directional nexus is looking good down here. ADX is looking good. Squeeze is looking good. Volume, once again, though, as we're kind of seeing, I guess early bird does get the worm because it did run, but now we are seeing volume trailing off a little bit there. It's all about just our retrace time. So these are sweet trades. I like what I'm seeing here. This is just looking great. It very well could continue, but I don't like this kind of sideways energy that I'm seeing right here. So I'm just gonna let this just be, but I'm gonna watch. Definitely, I think after a bit of a retrace, these indicators need to kind of reset a little bit. I think we'll see some nice movement here. So I'm gonna be watching that. Let me go to Trading View again. Who else was really kind of making it happen this morning? That was interesting. Radix, Mask. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to. Well, Radix, XRD, and Mask. Let's look at those real quick. XRD, USDT. You can put it on KuCoin. I like that. So Radix. Whoa, that's insane hourly chart. Look at that. Just pure insanity. Cruising sideways, broke to 200, got into the 314 for a bit, broke back above both of them, running like crazy. This thing is still going. This is nuts. How's it look on a 4 hour chart? 4 hour chart. Where's my moving averages? Is this new to this exchange or something? 4 hour chart, it's still shaping up like it could continue. Let's look at a 45-minute chart. Yeah, 45-minute chart is really powerful. This thing is doing great. Strong squeeze indicator, strong directional index, strong ADX, strong volume. That's a bit played out though. I mean, definitely I'm not trying to be a pessimist, but that's a lot of push. And how far has this thing gone already? When I see plays like this, I have a hard time not just jumping in. I mean, who doesn't want to? But if we look at this thing, it's gone, almost 20% in 10 hours. I'm gonna let this one sit and just watch it. It's definitely here on the 45-minute chart, quite far from the 8 moving average. It's going to retrace a little bit, but it's got so much powerful energy. I mean, not financial advice at all, but I would say, this is the kind of play I would do like a really, really tight stop on and just get in and see if it continues. How's it look on a 15-minute chart? Beginning to trail off sideways a little bit. Yeah, I think we're going to see a little bit of give back here. So once again, XRD, I would watch this one. I'm going to leave that chart open. Just watch it. I think we're going to see a great banquet of retraces after this morning's pump. And then we'll see, opportunities to get in on those. Who else? Mask. Yeah, Mask. How's Mask looking? MASK, USDT. How are you looking? You can put it on Binance or KuCoin or even Coinbase. So Mask, how's Mask doing? Really well. I like that. Let me see my moving averages. Come on in here. Okay, this is nice. I like it. Strong volume. Directional nexus is looking great. ADX is in the right spot. Squeeze indicator is looking good. I like this because it's actually it's probably going to find a little bit of hesitancy here at its previous its previous high, recent high, but it's doing quite well. So this one is looking good. Very well could keep going. But you know, if a person was crazy, they could almost get in now and just basically, you know, put a take profit in before this last recent high. But once again, I'm gonna let that one just roll. We got a lot of energy this morning. I'm just gonna watch it. I have all these guys up. I'll be watching these. And who else could I think about? Trading View. Who have we not thought about for a while? How about SHIB, USDT? Yeah, SHIB. Well, SHIB is maybe. Let's see. Oh, not too exciting. Not too exciting. I think SHIB's kind of dead. What else? We haven't looked at ETH in a while. ETH USD on Binance. ETH did the same kind of Bart Simpson pattern that Bitcoin did. But the thing about ETH is it actually kind of hit like a recent higher high, which is kind of nice. And the indicators are only just getting started, although it is retracing. Keep an eye on ETH. This one definitely could start moving. So anyway, there's some alts. You know, is there anybody else perking up here? LTC, APT is looking good. XRD, LRC. You know what? Let's check out. Ripple, XRP, USDT, Binance, KuCoin. I think you can play it on Coinbase too. So anyway, how's Ripple doing? It was really pumping the other day. I like this. I like this idea because here's the thing. If we were to do a fib retracement here, let's go back here. Let's go to there and take a look at it. You know, it went down to the 618 golden pocket. It's moving up. It's kind of finding support now above the 382 fib. But look at this though. It's a 45-minute chart. So immediate price action, I do know. But look at that. Squeeze indicator is just getting started. Directional index is in the right place. ADX is in the right place. Volume, you know, it's picking up again. It was decreasing, but let's just see what happens on that one. How's the 4-hour look? Ooh, 4 hours nice and clean. You know, you got to play it however you might, you know, play it. But this definitely could continue. I think if I was gonna, you know, bother getting involved in XRP right now, I'd probably do something like just hop in, and then I'd put like a stop right below the .5, you know, at a .4321. You know, for a stop, because if it's either going to run or it's not. So can be kind of watchful there. If I clean this chart up a little bit, looking at the 4-hour here, what if I was to fire up the Keltners? Okay, you know what? It pumps so much it kind of skews everything, but it is well above the. I think. Look at those Keltners. I have a feeling it's going to probably come back down to that green one and then run again. But you know what? That would make sense. So if it came down to the buy zone, that would be the 200 or the 314. So might it actually, you know, retrace that hard and come down and find a bounce? I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. How like the 45-minute Keltners look? Yeah, it's even above those. Anyway, XRP, unless there's some, you know, like something miraculous happens, I think it's probably got to retrace a little bit more. But anyway, we got some great plays today. You know, we got great stuff. I mean, LTC, watch that thing for a retrace and continuation. Dash, I'm thinking a bit of a retrace and a continuation maybe. They also might just start getting some volume and moving up. I mean, Mask, I think this definitely could continue up to its previous high, to its last high. XRP just needs some time to do a big retrace. Maybe it'll do it, maybe it won't. Hard to say. Anyway, well, there you go. So, sorry. Just keep an eye on your favorite stuff. Let me actually look at one of my, you won't be able to see what I'm looking at here, but let me look at my little indicator I've got here. I'm looking for anything that's actually firing up recently. Anything, oh. I was looking for my some bots that I have running here. You know, LTC, USDT fired off one of my little, oh yeah, and ZBC too. This one actually is kind of interesting. What's that one called? Sorry, you can't see it. I'm saying ZBC. This one's interesting. ZBC USDT. You can play it on KuCoin and Bybit. This one's kind of interesting. I like this one this morning. I saw this one. And if we look here on the 45-minute chart, you can see where squeeze indicator is just getting going. Directional index is in the green. ADX looks like its tangent wants to turn up, and the directional index is in the green. Volume decreasing a bit, but that's fine. This one's great. It's been riding this upwards channel recently here on the 45-minute chart. And I saw the directional index turning green and the squeeze indicator going towards the positive side, and I kind of actually got in right down here when I saw it turning up. A little bit risky. Had to stop at the 200 moving average right below that. And as we can see now, it's actually probably going to make support out of the top of this upwards channel. So this one actually, ZBC versus USDT, this one, in my humble opinion, looks like it very well could continue. Just as always, trade by your own rules. These are just suggestions. So with that said, let's look quickly at a little news. All right. Elon Musk said something this morning. It's always fun to follow Elon because his tweets just get so much traction. People tend to care what this guy has to say. And, whatever. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. This tweet has 7 million views, where he says, the banks are melting. He's like, the banks are melting, how he says it. And he was in response to this, where Biden was saying, in my first year in office, we protected more lands and waters than any president since John F. Kennedy. I honestly think he meant Teddy Roosevelt, to be honest with you. We've also made the largest investment to fight climate change ever. And he says, today we're building on that momentum. And I just think it's funny. Elon comes in here. So if you look at how many, this probably only got 9 million views because of Elon's tweet getting 7 million. I just think he's such a master troll. The banks are melting anyway. And then I thought I would balance that out, just so people don't think I am I'm biased in my critiques. In unprecedented inquiry, Manhattan DA fires off angry letter blaming Trump for arrest rumors. I think this is kind of funny. Everyone knows that New York's legislative, system, their courts allegedly, are definitely political machines, and we all know the old man Soros and who's put a lot of these characters there. But regardless, I think there's truth to this, because I've been wondering ever since the beginning, did Trump just make it up? Did he just say, they're going to arrest me? Everybody knows it. I was kind of wondering if he just basically, maybe he had wind that something was going on, and there has been legislation. So it isn't like the stuff was not in the court. It wasn't like, they have, I'll be careful what I say here in front of the world, but let's just say that, there are groups who do nothing but extortion legally out of New York, allegedly. So I'm just saying he knew this was probably coming, but I wonder if he actually, I really think actually that Trump just had it. I think it was called his spidey sense, or maybe it was just marketing for the 2024 election. But I think actually, I'm not sure if anybody was coming to get him. I think he just said they were. And this poor character who's gotten way more attention, negative attention, than he probably ever wanted in life, is like, hey, man, you're making it up. And I do kind of wonder, did Trump just do this for political firepower? Because, for what it's worth, I kind of have an inkling that I'm not sure if they just high-tech speculation. I don't think anybody was coming for him. I think he just made it up to basically call a bluff that wasn't bluffed. You know what I'm saying? DonShift.com, Hope for the Goodness of Mankind. This is a podcast I did last night. I interviewed Don Shift. If you have a prepper-minded, mind, definitely I'll put this in the live chat and I will comment. And let me put that in the live chat. I'll comment that. I'll also stick it over in, and I do agree with Ann Holman. Go Litecoin and KuCoin. Yeah, I agree. I think that I do think Litecoin's got, I do think financial institutions are rolling in. Oh, and Anna also weighs in on, I think they were going to arrest him by saying he postponed it, like Russia when they say the West is about to do something underhanded, it stops them from doing it. Yeah, I think so. I think he probably knew that there was, plans in the works to arrest him. He knew of the legalities that were being pushed. So I think you're right. I think he actually said, like, they're going to arrest me. I do my best, Trump. They're going to arrest me. Everybody knows it, and it's true. And I think he just pretty much he just way too much heat, way too much public outrage and public praise too. Anyway, I think he called their bluff, and I think he bluffed him. And now I think that poor character, I think he's just like, I wasn't going to do it. He doesn't want any part of it now, So anyway, and I also heard from somebody who I know, I can't really give away the source, by somebody that I know who knows, was saying that technically, since he has a Secret Service detail, they would never let him be arrested anyway. It's just it would be it just wouldn't happen. Secret Service won't let that happen. That's what I was told by somebody who I think has, let's just say, he has knowledge from previous jobs he's had. He was just saying that it wouldn't happen. Anyway, with that said, check out this podcast. It was really fun. If you're prepper minded at all, we just talked about a lot of fun stuff, like the reality that no one's coming to save you, and everything is your responsibility. So stack sats and chill. Look at France, mass civil disobedience. This is to do with the pension reform. Like I mention this often because this is spreading over to Germany. And so the pension reform, it's never popular. And France, basically, the mainstream media is not really reporting it, of course, past the slightest maybe nod or mention or just, whatever. But in general, France is losing its mind. The people, I think Macron's going to get the boot. And of course, I think maybe that's why he's doing this, just to do as much damage as he can before he's out. I think he's just following orders. And in my guess, just, mark my words, it is now written, I have said, I think you'll find him working at the WEF or IMF or, somewhere. He's moving up in the globalist order, because really being a prime minister of a country is small potatoes now. That's just where you prove that your heart is black as Satan's heart. You know what I mean? So he's proved that he's an evil piece of crap, and now he's going to get escalated in his career. Allegedly, just saying. I think so. So this was the interesting thing that came out. I think it was just today or yesterday. March 23rd, it came out. Exercise caution with crypto asset securities. Investor alert. Anyway, the SEC came out and said that, crypto is naughty. I haven't seen this. I thought this would have a greater reaction in the market. Maybe this hasn't happened yet. For what it's worth, who cares what the SEC has to say? That they're pretty much, who cares? They're not very nice people. Macron does technically equal crap. He's just, he's showing his colors, and we know what he's about, Anyway, everybody, thank you for being a Bitcoin truth seeker. Thank you for being an optimist and believing in the future of humanity. I think for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, you definitely do make the world a better place. I think it's the ultimate bet on a beautiful future. I really do. I think every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, it definitely does. It's just a good thing. I think maybe it may be a very, bold statement, and I say it humbly, but I do think that maybe one of the most positive and revolutionary acts you can possibly do is to own just even one Bitcoin Satoshi. If you got one, you want two. If you want 1,000, you want 10,000, So definitely keep stacking those sats. It might be the most powerful thing we can do at this time. And I love the smell of Rex shorts. It smells like victory. And this morning we saw a lot of reg shorts and reg longs. So everybody, watch your leverage. You know what I mean? It's double-edged sword. So take care, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. I'll try to get one out every day. That's kind of my goal, and the earlier the better. So take care, and there you go. Always feel free, if there's anything you want me to chart, look at, any news stories, just simply stick them in the comments to today's video, and I will look at them tomorrow. So take care.